Hello and welcome to Solve for today's video and the solution to my consecutive numbers puzzle, which is not actually mine, it's Matt Parker's puzzle. So, which numbers can never be written as the sum of several other consecutive numbers? Well, most of you guessed it. Those are all the powers of 2, like 2, 4, 8, 16, etc. But that was only the first part of my puzzle. So let's go to the second part and prove it. We will need a little bit of algebra, but not very deep one. So it's gonna be easy to follow, hopefully. So the first part. Can we write any number as a sum of consecutive numbers? Well, one category is very easy, is all the odd numbers. For instance, let's take 11. It's always 5 plus 6. If you take 13, it's gonna be 6 plus 7. And this is very easy to do with any odd number. So all those can be written as a sum of consecutive numbers without any problem. Now let's check for the even numbers. For the even numbers we're gonna have more troubles, because actually those we suppose so far that cannot be written like this are even, are the powers of 2. So what can we do? Well, even numbers can be multiples of 3, 5, 7 and any odd numbers, and can be even, just multiply them by 2 for instance. And in that case, if your even number is a multiple of 3, 5, etc., then you can write it easily as a sum of a consecutive number. Let me give you an example. For instance, like 12, it's 3 times 4, right? So you just, because it's a multiple of 3, and 3 times 4, and you take 4, and you take one number before 3, and one number after 5, and you have 3 numbers, and all of them makes 3 times 4. Algebra can you tell you easy for that. Let's try another number like 28. 28 is 4 times 7. So you take 4 again, that's 4 again, and you take 1, 2, the 3 numbers before, the 3 numbers after, that makes 7 number, and this is gonna make 4 times 7. You can do that with any number which is a multiple of an odd number. So the only category we have left are numbers that are not multiples or odd numbers, which are, you guessed it, only the powers of 2. So what can we do with those powers of 2? Okay, let's suppose they are the sum of consecutive numbers. What are they? Well, it cannot be the sum of 3 consecutive numbers, of 5 consecutive numbers, or 7 consecutive numbers, because we know those are multiples of 3, 5, or 7. So they might be the sum of, they have to be the sum of an even number of consecutive numbers, like 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, you know. However, we know that this number of consecutive numbers cannot be 2, because the sum of 2 consecutive numbers is always an even number. That's why we're gonna do some algebra here, because we want to know what this sum of consecutive numbers is. So let's imagine we have 4, 6 or 8 consecutive numbers, like 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. And you want to add them. So what is going to be the result? If we call the number of consecutive numbers, we call them k, we have k consecutive numbers. K can be 2, can be 4, can be 6, no, cannot be 2, by the way. We said that if we have k equals 2, we have even number, not number, so it's not gonna work with 2. So k is 4, 6, 8, etc. And we have all 4, 6, 8 or k numbers, consecutive, which can be written like n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, etc. until n plus actually k minus 1. If you do the math, you're gonna see it's very easy to see it's k minus 1. So we have all those numbers, so written right here. And now, what do we do with that? Well, we can rewrite all of this like this, which is k times n, because we have n on each of those parentheses, and then we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus k minus 1. And that's it gets interesting, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, etc. plus k minus 1 is actually a triangular number and can be rewritten like this: k minus 1 over 2. So our sum becomes this. So we have kn plus k minus 1 over 2. We can add this together. If you multiply the left part by 2 up and down, that makes 2nk divided by 2 plus kn plus and k minus 1 over 2. It's better to see this than to listen to me actually. Then what do we do? And then we factorize by k over 2, which makes k over 2 multiplied by 2n plus k minus 1. And we're there. Why are we there? Because k, we know that, is an even number. So k over 2 is actually an integer. And on the other side we have 2n plus k minus 1, and 2n is an even number, k is an even number, and this minus 1 makes an odd number, so we have an odd number. So we are left with a number that is actually a multiple of an odd number, which contradicts what we said at the beginning, because we said at the beginning that we had a power of 2, which is never a multiple of an odd number. Thus, we cannot write a power of 2 with the sum of several consecutive numbers. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time for next puzzle. Bye bye.